Okay. Can you hear me? I hope you can. All right, today another chance to ask your broker. I'm Ed Neuhaus, and I am a real estate broker in Austin, Texas, and we're fielding questions from the public. Some of the questions I get directly, some of them come from different sources, but in general, we're trying to kind of dispel some rumors, some myths, some things that people are unclear about in the real estate market in Austin and in nationwide, and we're just trying to figure out if we can provide some information for free. Uh, and, you know, it's exactly what you pay for it, right? Free information is just as good as free. Anyway, today's topic is right now a good time to buy a home? Sorry, my microphone's all shaky here. Is right now a good time to buy a home? And I'm just going to start by saying it is and it isn't. And that is true for all periods of time, right? When the market was going up, great guns, right after, or I guess during COVID, I would argue that that was a horrible time to buy a home, but everyone was doing it. And why I would argue it was a horrible time to buy a home is there was a lot of competition in the market. Rates were low, and the government was trying to encourage economic activity. And by keeping rates low, they did. Everyone went out and bought a home. So you have to understand that rates are really low because the economy was suffering, quite honestly. Um, and they were trying to recover from COVID and trying to figure out what to do, how to get um, the economy moving again. And they were really worried that, you know, people wouldn't go back to the office, or maybe they were planning on people not going back to the office. So when everyone felt like buying a home, I would argue was the worst time to buy a home. And y'all, a lot of y'all call me crazy, but a lot of y'all who did buy homes then, and maybe no one's watching this that did buy a home, because the question is, should I buy a home right now? Um, if you bought a home then, you overpaid for it, frankly. There are studies showing that people that bought homes in 21 and 22 ended up paying 4 or 5 years of appreciation up front, which means that they're basically paying for the price of the home 5 years from now. So, only time will tell if that's true. But isn't that interesting that maybe a lot of buyers overpaid? And we'll see if that holds true. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. So the question going back to, should I buy a home right now? And no matter what I'm saying about the market, whether it's good or bad, whether interest rates are high or low, should have no bearing on whether you, an individual, should buy a home right now. There are so many more things that are more important about whether you should buy a home right now than anything else. I would say, are you experiencing a life change? Are you having a child? Are you getting married? Are you moving across country? These are all things that I would say whether or not you should buy a home right now. If you're just doing you and there's no life change happening and you're happy where you are, no, you shouldn't buy a home right now. You should just wait. Of course, the other people would say if you don't buy a home right now, you're going to miss out on the appreciation that will happen when rates come down. And I think that is true. When rates come down, prices are going to continue to go up. Home prices are going to continue to go up. Always. For a long time. I know a lot of y'all are calling for home prices to come down. I know a lot of y'all want home prices to come down because you don't own a home yet. And I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. It is a supply and demand issue. Home prices will come down when builders start building more homes. We need a lot more homes. We need a lot more homes to get prices to come down. Or we need the population to decrease. It's a supply and demand issue. Home prices will come down when there is too much supply for the demand. It's that simple. So I think home prices will continue to go up over the long term, kind of forever. Now, I know there's people that argue about declining birth rates, and that may be a thing. That may affect home prices in the United States, but it may not. As long as people want to come here, as long as there's immigration coming into the country, there's people that need to live somewhere, and those people will live somewhere, frankly, and that drives demand. So going back to whether it is a good time right now or whether you should buy a house right now, that's really about you. no, you really shouldn't listen to me. You really shouldn't listen to anybody. You shouldn't listen to your mom, your dad, your mother-in-law, father-in-law, your great uncle. It's about you. Do you have the money? Do you have the resources? Is that what you want? Right? And that's the only thing you should think about. Get everybody else out of your head. Don't let Dave Ramsey influence you. Don't let me influence you. I'm not telling you do it or not do it. If you want to do it, I guarantee you can do it. If you wanted to buy a house right now, I guarantee that no matter what situation you're in, you could buy a house this year. It may not be the coolest house. It may not be the best house. It may not be a condo downtown Austin. It may not be a condo in downtown or a house in downtown San Francisco. But there is a house out there that you could buy. I promise. And I'm not saying that you have to buy it. It doesn't have to be a great house. But if you want a house, it's out there. I promise. So anyway, I kind of wanted to create this post because there's so many people that just say, is now a good time? And you're the only one that can be a judge of that. Just frankly, you're the only one that can be a judge of that. If you're afraid about interest rates, don't buy a house. That's okay. Or do. That's also okay. If you bought a house now at high interest rates, guess what? If rates change, you can refinance. Or sell it if you don't like it, frankly. There's no perfect thing about real estate. That's the beauty of it. There's so many different ways to do it. But if you don't have any money, that doesn't matter. You can buy a house with no money down. They're everywhere. There's thousands of people doing it this month, I promise. A lot of people have no money, and they're still doing it. Again, can you buy a mansion in Rollingwood or Westlake in Austin with no money down? No. But there are houses in Austin you can buy with no money down, I promise. Are they on the MLS? Maybe, some of them. But if you want to buy a house, you got to think outside the box. There are thousands of ways to make a real estate transaction happen. And if you want to do it, do it. There's nothing stopping you. Anyway, I meant this to be real positive and empowering, and I was hoping that people watching would be empowered by it. I don't know if anyone was watching. But should you buy a house right now? I mean, that's totally up to you. Don't listen to anybody else. Anyway, I'm going to keep making these videos, and would obviously like it if y'all subscribed. Oh, look, we have a subscribe button. Oh, dang it. Hit the button. It didn't work. Look at me. Hit the button again. There it is. Oh, my goodness. I'm learning, guys. Give me a hard time. Don't give me a hard time. Comment below. Tell me if I'm horrible. Subscribe if you like it. I'm going to keep doing it. And if you want to watch me fumble around, then let's do it. And if not, no big deal. Anyway, so glad y'all are here. And I'll come up with something to talk about tomorrow. Till then, see you later. Oh, it's back. Oh, it went away. God, I'm so bad at this. I appreciate you being here. But we have